were Hollywood's golden duo, the kind of best friends that made fans believe in fairy tales. Taylor Swift and Blake Lively weren't just two megastars, they were each other's constants. Blake was always there in Taylor's Instagram montages. Taylor named characters in her songs after Blake's kids, and their families vacationed together like royalty. But now, it's over. Done. And not with a whisper, but with the legal equivalent of a thunderstorm, when Justin Baldoni, Blake's co-star and now enemy, slapped her with a $400 million lawsuit and dragged Taylor's name into the mess. The dominoes began to fall, fast. Rumors of betrayal, secret subpoenas, ignored phone calls, and groveling apologies began to swirl like wildfire. And just when people thought it was all exaggerated tabloid trash, insiders confirmed it. Taylor Swift has cut off Blake Lively. So what happened? How did one of the most wholesome, loyal friendships in Hollywood get torched in front of the entire world? Why did Taylor stay silent? And what's next for Blake? Now that she's alone in a battle she might not survive. Let's break it all down, because this story is deeper, darker, and more devastating than anyone imagined. Taylor Swift and Blake Lively's friendship wasn't just any celebrity connection. It was carefully nurtured over the years, rooted in loyalty, admiration, and private moments that never needed to be broadcast, but often were because fans just couldn't get enough. Their dynamic wasn't loud or performative, it was cozy, domestic, real. Blake wasn't just another celebrity attending the Eras Tour in VIP seats, she was family. And Taylor? She was Aunt Taylor to Blake's kids, to the point where their names were featured in songs. That level of intimacy was rare in the world of Hollywood. But that also made the betrayal cut even deeper when things took a turn. Their bond began around 2015. Blake reached out to Taylor after publicly defending her against online hate. Taylor, impressed by Blake's kindness and humor, responded with warmth, and before anyone knew it, the two were inseparable. From Australian vacations with Ryan Reynolds to low-key birthday dinners in New York, their friendship only deepened. Blake was one of the few people Taylor trusted after her infamous fallouts with people like Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, and Katy Perry. She wasn't just a friend, she was an emotional anchor, but behind closed doors, tensions began to build long. Before the public caught wind of the storm, in early 2024, Blake signed on to the film adaptation of It Ends With Us, opposite actor-director Justin Baldoni. At first, Taylor was reportedly supportive, even recommending Blake for the role, according to some insiders. Taylor had long been a fan of Colleen Hoover's novel and believed Blake could bring emotional depth to the role of Lily Bloom. But once production started, so did the drama. Whispers from the set claimed that Blake became controlling, allegedly overstepping the director's decisions and attempting to rewrite parts of the script herself. These claims, while unconfirmed, reached Taylor's ears through mutual friends. And they didn't sit well. Taylor had experienced her own battles with creative control in the music industry, and the idea that Blake might be abusing her power made Taylor uncomfortable. Then came the lawsuit. In late March 2025, Justin Baldoni dropped a bombshell, a $400 million countersuit against Blake Lively and the production company, accusing her of sabotage, defamation, and interfering with his creative authority. In the legal filing, he mentioned, not once, but multiple times, that Blake used her personal friendship with a global pop star to influence creative decisions, bolster her status, and silence opposition. That global pop star, of course, was Taylor Swift. That was the moment everything snapped. Taylor, known for being obsessively protective of her name, her image, and especially her brand, reportedly felt blindsided. According to one close source, Taylor felt used. She felt like Blake had dragged her into a war she had no business being in. And worst of all, without her consent. The betrayal wasn't just about being named. It was about trust. It was about being entangled in legal chaos that could damage her reputation. As the lawsuit went viral and media outlets began to dissect every detail, it was revealed that Taylor had been subpoenaed to testify. The news stunned fans. Taylor Swift in a courtroom under oath because of Blake? That was unthinkable. Even though the subpoena was eventually dropped, insiders confirmed it had already done irreversible damage. Blake, according to a Vanity Fair source, was horrified and tried desperately to reach Taylor. She left voicemails, sent texts, even had Ryan Reynolds reach out to smooth things over, but Taylor never responded. Radio silence. In private circles, it's said that Taylor interpreted Blake's silence during the build-up to the lawsuit as betrayal. There were whispers that Blake knew the legal battle was brewing, that Baldoni had threatened legal action months before he filed, and that Blake didn't give Taylor a heads up. Taylor values loyalty more than anything, one longtime friend shared, and Blake broke that code. At the Met Gala 2025, the divide was visible. Blake, a usual staple at Taylor's side during events, was absent. Taylor arrived solo, flanked only by her publicist and a tight security team. No friendly glances, no Instagram selfies, no late-night after-party giggles. And when a reporter asked Taylor about Blake on the carpet, she smiled and walked away without a word. That smile said it all. Blake, meanwhile, was battling her own storm. The press had turned on her. Fans of It Ends With Us began accusing her of torpedoing a beloved adaptation. Baldoni's legal team released damning emails that allegedly showed Blake demanding rewrites and questioning directorial choices. The court of public opinion was split. Some defended Blake as a strong woman fighting for artistic integrity, while others painted her as a manipulator who used her connections to bulldoze through a project. What shocked everyone the most was that, through it all, Taylor stayed silent. No defense, no denial, no support. For someone who had defended people like Todrick Hall and Sabrina Carpenter in the past, her silence on Blake spoke volumes. And in celebrity language, silence is sometimes louder than a press conference. Even Swift's inner circle changed. Blake was noticeably absent from Swift's 2025 4th of July bash, a tradition that used to include face paint, matching swimsuits, and group selfies with all of Taylor's closest female friends. Instead, that year's guest list included the Haim sisters, Gigi Hadid, and even Selena Gomez. All smiles, all posted on Instagram. Blake, not even a tag. This wasn't just a falling out. This was an excommunication. Taylor, meanwhile, had other priorities. Her Eras tour was breaking records. She was finishing her highly anticipated re-recording of Reputation, Taylor's version, and there were rumors of a secret engagement to her boyfriend, Travis Kelce. She was flying high. And she wasn't, looking back. But for those who paid attention to the subtle details, the heartbreak was undeniable. Taylor had once said in a 2019 interview that Blake was one of the most genuine ride-or-die humans I know. The fact that this friendship could implode reminded fans just how high the stakes are in Taylor's world, and how lonely the top can be. And as part 1 closes, one question lingers in the air. Did Blake Lively really use Taylor Swift for power? Or is this all just one massive misunderstanding that went too far? By the time the public began whispering about the Taylor-Blake fallout, the damage had already been done behind the scenes. But what turned quiet tension into full-blown collapse was one word: subpoena. Justin Baldoni's lawsuit against Blake Lively was more than just a messy legal fight over creative differences. It was a bomb strategically dropped in the heart of Hollywood's most powerful friendship. The countersuit, reportedly totaling $400 million in damages, was built on a damning narrative that Blake not only overstepped her role as lead actress in It Ends With Us, but leveraged her relationship with Taylor Swift to influence how the film was shaped. And when Baldoni's team confirmed that Taylor Swift was listed as a potential witness, jaws dropped. Not because people believed she'd testify, but because they knew she hated this kind of drama. Taylor has always been extremely calculated about her public persona. From carefully curated Instagram posts to multi-level PR campaigns for her albums, Taylor doesn't do messy unless she's controlling the narrative. And this time, she wasn't. At first, Blake's camp tried to spin it. Sources close to her told media outlets that Baldoni was reaching, that there was no real connection to Taylor, and that she had been dragged in as a scare tactic. But those words rang hollow, especially when Page Six leaked emails that allegedly showed Blake name-dropping Taylor during arguments over scenes being cut, referencing Taylor's support and implying that she could influence fan perception of the film's final cut. Whether those emails were taken out of context or not didn't matter. The implication was enough. Taylor had been looped into a lawsuit without her permission, and fans knew she wouldn't take that lightly. Worse, she was forced to have her legal team get involved. If you're loving this kind of juicy behind-the-scenes celebrity drama, don't forget to like, share, and follow for your daily dose of scandal, secrets, and shocking updates. Only on Celeb Scoop 247. We dig deeper so you don't have to.